All right, welcome back to Missing Persons TV. I'm Brian Ladd with my co-host Deborah. Today's Friday, May 29th, 2009, 10:43 p.m. Tonight we're going to be discussing three cases from early 2009. They are case number 660, Sean Fowler, 661, Richard Cody Haynes, and 662, Renee Pernice. And then we're going to be discussing the case I did last night, which is case number 758, Kelly Morris. And then Deborah has some information on a couple cases. We'll discuss those. And Kevin Doyle is with me tonight too, and he'll be discussing the work he's done on the cases we just discussed. So to start things off, how you guys doing today?
Great.
Deborah?
Yeah, I'm doing just fine tonight. Thanks. How are you?
Fine. It was another beautiful day again. Went outside with the kids, played around a little bit. I might have another pressure washing job to do tomorrow morning, maybe in the afternoon. So we'll see. So I might not be here most of the day tomorrow, but I'll try to get back to the show. So anyways, let's get started with the cases. We want to give you an update on case number 755, which is Nevaeh Buchanan. Deborah, what information do we have, or what new information do we have?
Well, as far as Nevaeh's case goes, there have been some new updates. One of them is that the knife or multi-purpose tool, or a knife on there also, that they located in the vehicle, this belonged to George Kennedy, and also the shorts found in his hotel room with blood on them, that the blood on those two items do not belong to Nevaeh.
Okay. Do we know who they belong to?
They are human blood, and there was human blood on a towel in the hotel room and on the wall and some other things too. And you know, all those other things they found in the hotel room, they found there. It was talked about. There's released more stuff today, that there was toys in that hotel room too, and the toys that Nevaeh liked. So, you know, it's just sad. It's really sad. And another perv has joined the mix.
And who's that?
Well, it's actually the uncle.
Oh, okay.
This guy's name, last name Smith, Robert Lee Smith. He's fresh out of prison after spending 15 years out of a 50-year sentence in there for rape. And he's actually the owner of the van, and that van was located at his home.
Okay.
So apparently this is someone that the mom spends time with also, and finds it appropriate to spend time with. She claims that he only picked her up in her parking lot, and she knew him through George Kennedy, who they call Daddy George. That's what the kids have called him, Daddy George, which breaks his parole. And she talks about how he would pick her up at the apartment complex, and they'd go out to eat and stuff. And there was an audio broadcast with her. She talked about how everyone is judging her just because she's friends with a bunch of sex offenders. What a thing to say. I guess we would judge that when you have a 5-year-old child. I mean, it's not really for us to judge, but that certainly, she says that that's irrelevant to this case. So I'm sorry, I beg to differ on that. It's very relevant.
Question, the toys. We were talking about it. You said there were cars or something?
Little motorcycles.
Motorcycles? Okay.
And they're on the desk in the hotel room, and that's one of Nevaeh's favorite toys.
Okay. Do we know if there were any type of dolls or anything? I'm just looking at some of the stuff that I had on here. No dolls or...
The only thing that was mentioned was the motorcycles as far as being in the hotel room. The grandmother had given an interview to the media and had some, you know, little motorcycles and some dolls and stuffed animals and stuff, some of Nevaeh's toys that she loves, and said how she wanted Nevaeh to come home to her babies.
Okay.
So,
what about tennis courts? Do anything about any tennis courts being nearby there or anything?
Not as of yet.
Okay. What about, did we run a check to see if there's any other missing children approximately the same age and same sex? I mean, you said, you know, there was blood. Maybe that's somebody else. Maybe this goes even farther.
That's something that everyone's kind of wondering now.
Okay.
Is if it's
it
not
wasn't
Nevaeh's
his blood and it's not her blood,
whose is it?
Did
these two dudes get in a squabble with each other? And that's what's left the blood on items and
well,
inside
wouldn't they
the
have
hotel
wouldn't they
room on
have
the
everybody
wall,
give a blood sample
or
though?
does this belong to another child?
Okay. Well, I mean, first of all, I know the police would probably everybody that was involved in the case to get their blood. I mean, are they just doing what blood type, or are they going for the DNA and all that stuff, or what? And was the blood rechecked?
It took until today to get the results back that it did not belong to Nevaeh.
I guess they probably did DNA.
Done in the state crime lab.
Okay.
They did put more FBI agents on this case too.
Okay. Because all I have is soil is under the fingernail. Is under fingernail from lake, chain, docks. And, maybe possibly there is another child involved. I think, Deborah, what we need to do, maybe tonight or tomorrow night, let me try to get a location. Actually, put location on the request, and see if we can get a location, other than what we have right here.
Okay.
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 Because maybe there is somebody else involved.
From the mom, I mean, she just said so many disturbing things. We may be able to.
I have not seen anything from. I've got the links
for you to zero in on too.
Okay. So you've seen all this stuff, and you're probably getting pretty aggravated watching her talk, and then.
Pretty aggravated is an understatement. I'm livid. I don't understand. There's no adults, it seems like, using common sense. And I'm sorry, but I have to include the grandmother, since the grandmother has custody of Nevaeh, and Nevaeh has been spending time with the father figure. And it was talked about how when she sees George, she runs up and hugs him. Well, now, mom's spending time with him and, lives in the apartment with the grandmother. The three of them live there together. So I don't see that, that grandmother's doing in the best interest of a child that she had to take custody of, because Nevaeh's mom was doing 11 months in jail for home invasion. So I just don't understand this. I'm going to give you a link to that audio. There's something that she said, and this is not a typo, because when it was translated, on the net in the media as to what she had said in this interview, people were wondering, is that a typo, or did she really say that? She said it. She said it in the interview. She said, "I've got to believe my daughter is dead until I have a body." And then she goes on to say, "I don't want to sit around and wait. I don't want to wait for any kind of news, whether good or bad.
If the blood came out, it's not her blood, that would be totally positive news. She should take that, and it doesn't. None of it's making any sense.
Well, this mom has talked about her child in the past tense right from the beginning, and whined about her own well-being as far as sleep and food, and it's just like you said earlier. Is this like the next Kaylee Anthony missing case? I mean, what is wrong with these people? I don't get it. So there's a link to the audio on My Fox Detroit.
Okay.
And I pray this little girl is safe, but that's 5 days, 5 full days of searching now. She went missing Sunday night. I'm worried. And they do have Robert Lee Smith in jail too. They did arrest him on what they call parole violation. Okay. And him and George Kennedy are both considered persons of interest. They are not calling them suspects yet.
Everybody, I'm sure everybody's blood had been tested, right? Or maybe we just don't. Maybe they're not putting out some information for some type of reason or another, though. Maybe they would have to.
Well,
they would definitely, if it wasn't her, they would release that. But let's say if it is some other guy's blood or something like that, then maybe they're not going to say anything because they're hoping somebody will talk. Or there is another missing child out there, and that if the blood could be hers or his, more than likely hers. That's why I said maybe if there's a missing child or female approximately the same age as Nevaeh, and then maybe this case might be related. And when I say local, I mean around the area. I mean where the area could be 100 miles, a radius or something like that.
Well, there's none that I know of or that I've come up with, and I think if that were the case, if it was one that someone knew about, authorities would have been discussing that already.
She likes motorcycles. Why does she like motorcycles? Does she go
I don't know. One
rallies?
of her stuffed animals is named Harley, too.
Okay.
Some of her stuffed animal choices, they're not choices of cute little teddy bears.
Right, and that's something she picks up from her environment, though. That's something from her environment.
Right.
Some uncle or somebody takes her to either bike rallies or motocross or something like that. There's a reason why she likes those, and it probably happened pretty young. So I don't know. Deborah has a blogspot account now. I put that link up there, Deborah. Do you want to give everybody that link in case they want to log on and see what you're writing about? She's been writing about a lot of missing persons cases. I know it's called Angels Are Missing.
Yes, that would be angelsaремissing.blogspot.com.
Okay.
And it's my intention to list at least one new missing case per day. Also, if you want to know when cases are posted, when articles are posted on there and new people are added, you can follow Angels Are Missing on Twitter by going to twitter.com/angelsmissing.
And if you need that link again to the blog spot, it'll be at the bottom of on my navigate on most of my pages of my site. The bottom, at the very bottom, there's a navigation link, so right there you can get that there too. And I'll put it in relevant case files too. I think I put it in Nausea already. So thanks, Deborah. Good work. I read some of that stuff. Very, very good stuff.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So we covered this case. Anything else we want to bring up?
Not really. Just prayers for Nevaeh's safe return. Although that's
website.
The clock is ticking.
Website. I did get the. You sent me a YouTube video. Very, very nicely done video. I put that in the case file. That's up at the top. That'll play by itself. Is there a website yet?
No, not that I know of. And I've been looking to see if a website went up. She is listed at National Center.
I'm sure somebody is probably working on that now.
I hope so.
Okay. Thanks. Kevin, do you want to say anything about this case?
No, just that I have my meditations for the case on your site.
Right. Yep, they're up there. Did you want me to bring them up real fast again, or?
If you want to, you can.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
You wrote said notes from Kevin, alive, which is good news too. And that might have something to do with that being the blood. The number 0612, abduction, ransom, and then you mentioned the militia. Third Brigade will be found alive, and someone will set her free. Then we talked about what a brigade meant, and then possibly when we discussed the militia. And militias, a lot of them are motorcycle gangs, are into the motorcycles and stuff like that. You know
I didn't think about that.
And if she likes motorcycles, there's a reason why she likes motorcycles. So you never know, Kevin. Kevin, if you get anything else, please let us know, okay? Maybe you want to redo this one too, because I'm going to be doing
it.
Gail St. John, we'll try to get a hold of her. Travis Sanders, Reginald Lewis, and I'll see if I can get a hold of Dalton Kropp. If you're a psychic and you want to help, please let us know. We'd love to have you on. Or if you're not a psychic or whatever, we're not really big into interviewing family members or things like that. We want to get the information out. We're more about doing that. You notice you won't see too many interviews on this show. We want to post information so everybody can view that. So that's what we're about. So if you want to help, please help us. And if you can contact us via Deborah, help me out here.
As far as
if somebody wants to come on the show, let's say that they're psychic.
If they want to come on the show, there's a link in the upper left corner of the chat page.
Okay, what if they're not? Most people aren't on the chat page.
To send an email, but that email goes to the address of missing@briansprediction.com.
Okay, so missing@briansprediction.com. And if you also, I think you can go to the missing person forum. Deborah is the moderator. You can contact her too, and we'd love to have you on. Seriously, we do need psychics. We need anybody that wants to help on any case. We'd love to have you on.
Well, and they can come on the show. But in addition to that, if anyone has information, if they have a gift, even if they want to remain anonymous, they can do that. They can post it in the forum, or they can submit to us anonymously too. Via email, and because names don't have to be posted with those things. Anything that might possibly help You know, anybody that researches things, follows missing persons cases, please post for that too and send information in. Please visit missingpersonforum.com and talk about the case. Put information there so the word spreads and so more people are aware. And we do keep an eye on what is being posted in the forum as far as updates. So that is the quickest way, you know, for us to know what's going on too. When you have information, that gets it to us and gets it out to the public to view it much quicker.
Thanks, Deborah. Okay, let's move on. And this case I did last night, I believe, Deborah, you said this was requested by Gail.
Yes, it was. This is one that Gail's doing some work on.
Okay, so this case was actually open. Well, was done last night. Open today. This is case number 758. Kelly Morris. Deborah, what information do we have for Kelly?
This is she's posted everywhere and listed, you know, in news articles anywhere on the internet. She's listed as Kelly Curran Morris, C-U-R-R-I-N. Curran.
Yeah, I do have that up there. I just didn't.
Yeah, being her maiden name, just so people know. She's been missing since September 3rd of 2008. She is missing from Stem, North Carolina. Her date of birth is January 4th of 1980. 28 years old when she went missing, 29 years old now. Dark brown hair, shoulder length, 5 feet 3 inches tall, 130 pounds. Blue eyes. She is a Caucasian female. If you have information, please contact the Granville County Sheriff's Office. Telephone number 919-693-3213. And would you like to share what you have on this case, Brian, while I find a website link for her?
Sure. I have 3 dream drawings. The first one says 19. They missed it. Still there under bathtub. Blackboards and then 2x4. We talking to you earlier, a few minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago, about what you were telling me in this case, as far as there being a fire. It is possible that there is something underneath the bathtub. Actually, I believe it's a rag with some blood on it, maybe a knife. And it's under the bathtub in the house. They have searched that burned out house or something like that. That's what I was kind of guessing. The second one says knife is under the tub, side panel. Tiles cover it. Still blood on it. It's not black. Go look again. And I didn't know what the black meant until you were talking about a fire. Nothing says anything about fire, but it says black. So if it's not black, then maybe it didn't get burned by the fire. Maybe because of the tiles or the bathtub. And the third one says he took body 1.9 miles on 31 left side, 115 feet off road, and then there's a pole. So maybe from that house, if you go 1.9 miles on 31, I don't have a map, but the body could be on the left side, 115 feet off the road, and be looking for some type of pole there. But it says knife is under the tub in side panel, and I think it says side panel. I'm not exactly sure what that word was up there, but I think it says side panel. So that's what I have, Deborah. Did you?
Well, we were discussing this case, and I said something when I told you about fire. You said that made sense with the 2x4s that you saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
Been fire at all, so
yeah, well, looking at this, go ahead.
A link to.
I got it.
To the photos
posting
of
right
the
now.
house, and you can see
the
houses out in the country.
I thought you meant the website.
Too.
Send me that too.
Well,
I
the
got Kelly
website
Curran
link is there,
Morris.
and I gave you a link to the page on her site that has the photos, and it was arson. It has been ruled as arson.
Okay. All right. So the website is KernanMorris.com. KernanMorris.com.
Correct.
Okay. That's posted underneath at the beginning of the page. Let me look at the picture real fast. Okay, while I do that, I'm sorry, Kevin, you had sent your information. Would you like to read that?
Yeah, sure, Ryan. What I have for Kelly Curran Morris is alive, 1979 Oldsmobile, white, immaculate condition, 67A Charlie 4, mountaintop, high in the sky, is radio tower or cell tower, someone hiding there. And I've decided to take notes after I do a meditation, and these notes are based on what my conscious mind is feeling concerning what my unconscious mind was saying in the meditation. And my notes for this meditation are white Oldsmobile. It looked like this one, and I placed a link there in my notes showing about what this Oldsmobile looked like. This isn't the Oldsmobile that I was meditating on, but the Oldsmobile that I was meditating on looks like this one. And also 67 Alpha Charlie 4 could be a license plate or something else. And that's it.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm posting your stuff right now. Deborah, I just took a screenshot of that. I put the link to the website and then a screenshot of the home that you say that they say is arson. My goodness.
Yeah, and Kelly lived in that home with her husband and with her 2 children. One of her children was from a previous marriage that, and I don't know, maybe not from a previous marriage, but anyhow, her husband has their child now.
Okay.
You know, so one child is still with him. But
is the husband a suspect?
You see some of these shots, you see that she did live, like, you know.
Okay, is the husband a suspect?
Out kind of in the middle of nowhere. The address of where this occurred is 3220 Tump Wilkins Road in Sten, North Carolina.
Okay, that's on the screenshot.
And if you go to Kelly's website, you can view it all there.
Okay, is the husband a suspect?
Officially, no. Okay. Is he much help, or no? Do things look suspicious? Yes.
Okay. So what I'm thinking, then if there's a bathtub, wherever that is, maybe some tile or something like that, there could be something under that, and that might be the murder weapon or some blood or something that could help solve the case. As far as the body goes, I have a location. I'm posting Kevin's stuff here. Kevin, again, let's talk about this stuff. Good work, Kevin. 4-bedroom home on South Street, 16. We'll look at that too, Kevin. Let me wait. I'm waiting on the page to save. You can hear my computer taking off. That's because the computer is locked up. Anything to talk about, Deborah, while we're waiting?
As far as search efforts for Kelly, there's been a lot. It's mainly organized by her family, and her father is a doctor. I believe in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina.
Okay,
well, anyhow, her family are the ones mainly leading that effort. They do have a command post set up. Once again, you can get that information on her website. And the local people in North Carolina have been a big help with searching. This is also a case that is listed with TES.
Okay. Has Texas EquiSearch been out there searching at all? Do we know?
I believe they did go out there.
Okay.
And spent a couple of days there.
Okay, and again, we really need your help. If you'd like to help in this case, you're a psychic or whatever you do, we don't care what you do, please help us. Okay, I'm good. Kevin, I've got your stuff now. I think I just said that. Anything else, Deborah, before we move on?
No, not for Kelly's case.
Okay. We're going to now go to case number 660, which is Sean Fowler. Let me get the image up here. If I had like another computer over here or something like that, it would make it a lot easier. I'm trying to get the graphics done and then wait on this thing while I say something.
Well, the next one that we're going to be discussing, the first one that's being reviewed of the 3 reviews tonight is for that Sean Fowler. That's another one of those Find Me Too cases. Okay. And as with, with this case, as with some of the other Find Me Too ones, there's not a lot of information available for them. If you Google their names, you don't find much. Sometimes, if anything, until it hits your website, and then, there's actually, returns on it when you Google their name.
Okay. This is case number 660, Sean Fowler. It was opened January 23rd of 2009. It is a Find Me Too case. Deborah, what information do we have for Sean?
Sean Fowler has been missing since December 10th of 2008. So he's been missing since this last December from Perry, Kansas. 44 years old. Perry, Kansas is about 17 miles northwest of Lawrence. They say that he has a medical condition that can cause him to be disoriented and confused at times. And that's all that I have for Sean Fowler.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get that off the email that I sent? The email that I got. Then that's what you got.
Yes.
Okay.
Between what you have actually and he's listed at helpfindthemissing.org as a missing person. Not in their form area. This comes from the other area, and that's all they have there. You know, like I said, there's not any returns really. Sometimes there's none. You know, because I know when you were going to do your first case for Find Me Too, it was for Jerry Clay Luttrell. And when you told me the name, I Googled it and got nothing. So, you know, this is another one of those cases where there's just not much there. But most of those cases with Find Me Too were very recent ones. And
right. Well, another thing, missing adults, especially the older they are, if there's no drama in it, they don't know that nothing happens.
Well, it's hard enough to get proper coverage for a missing child.
Yeah, you're right. Especially if they're the wrong color. Okay. The case was opened January 23rd of 2009. The first dream drawing says Kansas. Kansas is spelled wrong, I know. City Hotel, not Motel 6. Okay, there is a sign here, and it says Motel 6, but it's not Motel 6. Don't know what that means, unless it's a knockoff of a Motel 6. The second one says with Debbie, Peak. Peak, I think that's actually called a widow's peak. Her picture's drawn there. Thin Nose, Bible Study, Hillcrest Road in Kansas City. Okay, so Kansas City is in the second one. Third dream drawing says, Sean said he was leaving. Look in room, and then the number 14217. Drove all night in red Ford truck, Kilo 113 X-ray, Walmart video department camera. They still have it. I'm assuming there is a video. Well, I don't know if they have it now or not of something here. Next one says February 8th, 6 calls. Please stop. And then notes say, I think that Sean is in a Kansas City motel. Was also able to find a Hillcrest Road. He is staying with a woman named Debbie and might be home on February 8th of this year. Well, February 8th of this year has passed, and as far as I know, he's not home. But if he is home, I don't know how we'd know anyway, since none of the cases nothing's public. So that's what I have, Deborah. I did have Hillcrest Street. I did find a location. I know Find Me Too wants a grid, which kind of, in a way, it doesn't really make any sense, because I'm doing the same thing. It's just when I'm already doing researching and then just picking the center of the map and giving you a grid, which I don't have to do anything with anyways. So there's the map, and that's all I have on this case. Kevin, what do you have?
Okay, for Sean Fowler case, number 60, I have alive, black male, knows where Sean is, but does not want to help, and he lives nearby where Sean is, in danger, drugs, 4-bedroom home on South Street, 1634, and then my notes after the meditation were, this is for the Sean Fowler case, right?
Yeah, you said could be a house or apartment. I've got your notes right here. Could be a house or apartment number or something else, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll look here for any similarities.
Okay, 1634 for my notes after the meditation.
Yeah.
It could be a house or apartment number or something else.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Again, we'll talk about this to see if we can find anything similar or not. And again, if you're psychic or whatever, please volunteer to help. Deborah, anything else?
No, I don't have anything else for Sean.
Okay. Our next case is case number 661. The case was opened on January 24th of 2009. This is for Richard Cody Haynes. Deborah, what information do we have for Richard?
Richard Cody Haynes He is missing since September 12th of 2004. His date of birth, April 16th, 1993. 11 years old when he went missing. 16 years old now. At the time he went missing, 5 feet tall, 90 pounds, Caucasian male, brown hair, blue eyes. He is missing from Kittitas, K-I-T-T-I-T-A-S, Washington. So he's missing from Washington State. He was last seen at his father's home. He does have a round birthmark on his right inner thigh, and Cody is actually a nickname. His middle name is Lee. And would you like to share what you have?
Yeah. The first frame drawing says, in his home, did not register new address with police. You're kind of guessing what that might mean, right? Cody is in danger. He will not let him go. Apartment in Ski, S-K-I-I, and then the number 41. There was a couple links here. They found a connection to Ski mentioned in the dream drawing. There was a place in North Lake Washington, Ski, that is working with. They said it's worth looking into. And then there's MapQuest up there, and then there's a directory of North Lake Washington. Kevin had to leave for tonight. I want to thank him for being on. I have his notes. Let me get those right now. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. He says, alive, abducted by mother or relative, rainy season. Uses alias name, home school supplies, and home school. Employed at large store, works in office, takes lunch breaks to visit Cody. That his notes after meditation were rainy season could mean that Cody is in an area where it rains a lot. Something concerning homeschooling, maybe someone who might sell homeschool supplies, or something to do with how the abductor receives those supplies. I do know that homeschool supplies today and stuff like that are sold on the internet, and then of course you have to go through your state to get a lot of the material and stuff like that, so that probably could be somehow checked into. Anything else, Deborah?
Yeah, a little more about what happened with Cody Haynes.
Okay.
He, like I had said, he went missing. He was last seen at his dad's home. His dad is uncooperative, inconsistent, and possibly lying, actually. That night, Cody got into an argument with his dad's live-in girlfriend. Her name is Marla J. Harding, because he refused to put away the leftovers and do the dishes. As a disciplinary action, he had to sit in the kitchen by himself until almost midnight, and then he was told to go to his second floor room. His 4 sisters were told to leave him alone and to not go near his room. And this was the last time that his family members saw him. They say that the authorities say that Cody's father, his name is Richard also, Richard Haynes, left their home about 2:30 in the morning to look for car parts to restore his 1954 Kaiser. Apparently, he drove 250 miles away from his home to look for those parts. So he took quite a road trip, only to get lost along the way. He claims he got lost. He told the cops that he ended up off of his intended route. When he got home at 4 o'clock the next afternoon, he said that Cody wasn't there, and a couple hours after that, he reported him missing. Authorities say that he's been inconsistent. The dad, Richard Haynes, still claims that he had gone out at 2:30 in the morning to look for those car parts. He told the authorities that after he'd taken a wrong turn, his axle broke and a friend needed to come and help him. Authorities are suspicious of the family.
No kidding. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, anytime a family member goes missing, and the other family members are being uncooperative and don't want to talk, something's got to be up with that. What sense does that make? You know, unless the person was abducted and you're under distress or something like that, where you can't say anything, and that rarely happens. You know what I'm trying to say, Deborah?
Yeah, this is another one of those situations where they should have had went down to obtain their license to breed first.
Okay, and speaking of License to Breed with Deborah will be a weekly show coming
I don't know.
Okay. As far as what else? I don't think we have anything else, right? Other than we might want to redo this. I'll look with Kevin had to go, but I'll have to call him tomorrow. Maybe figure out how far away from where he went missing to wherever this location is that I have, and see roughly if that's. You said 250 miles one way or both round trip.
I'm not sure. It says that he traveled 250 miles, so
maybe
to find out more about his route would be really helpful.
Yeah, it would. So we can take notes on that. If anybody knows anything, please post it in the forums, which is missingpersonforum.com. I think we say that enough too. Okay, our final case of the night, unless Deborah has anything else for this case.
No, I don't have anything more for Cody.
Okay, this is case number 662, Renee Pernice. The case was opened on January 25th of 2009. Deborah, what information do we have for Renee?
Renee has actually gone missing more recently. She's been missing since January 1st of this year. She is missing from Northland, Missouri. Let's see. The thing I had here to reference, I kind of lost that. Could you share what you have, Brian?
No. I'm just kidding, Deborah, sure. I can tell if something's in your voice. I can say, because I know the feeling that something's not ready. Okay, what I have from the night of January 25th of 2009 is, it says St. Luke Hospital in Missouri, four-door white. And it says that over again, and then I said that's all I have. That's really all I have. If you look at the drawings, I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what I've drawn there. I really don't know. Did you find that information? Or?
Well, sadly, it looks like something bad could have happened to Renee. I'm trying to find her stats. I've got.
Okay. While you're doing that, let me read the notes from Kevin. He says dead, abductor committed sexual assaults and took her ring or necklace, which a pawn shop he may have already sold it. He drives his own business, a local delivery truck, sells food and drink. Roach Coach is mostly construction and business areas. And then it says notes after meditation. Man with delivery truck may not be driving involved with Renee, but he knows the person that killed her. And that's what Kevin's got. What were you saying, Deborah?
Well, it's looking like, something may have happened. Her husband may have done something. They were having marriage trouble, according to the relatives. They did file for divorce in 2005, and that filing was withdrawn in 2007. They were preparing to file again when Renee went missing. The husband is not the person that reported her missing either. Her father reported her missing. So what I've got here, though, is that through investigating, the police removed carpet samples, bloodstains, and other evidence from their home. The husband's name is Sean, S-H-O-N, and he was the last person to see her. He says that he last saw her on that Thursday, on January 1st, but then when he was questioned more, actually he told the relatives that he last saw her on January 1st. When the detectives questioned him, he said that he last saw his wife on Friday, January 2nd. When they went back to search the home again, January 8th, they found latex disposable gloves in a coat pocket and a pants pocket with miscellaneous stains on them. Police also found at that point a reddish substance on the ceiling, and they found a spot in the garage that tested positive for human blood. Sean Pernice is actually a medic with the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department. It does show that Sean Pernice used his employee access card to go inside a fire station at 4:30 in the morning, and they did have materials there to the cleanup supplies, for hazmat. Police thought it was unusual for him to be doing that, and he wasn't assigned to be there or anything like that. And Sean was actually slated to be moving out of their house at the end of January with them, in the process of divorcing. So, this does not look good for him, and he does not want to cooperate. And he's not cooperating with authorities, and the little bit that he has, he's given conflicting stories.
Okay.
As far as, having her stats and stuff like that, she's not in any of the databases. There's little bits and pieces in different places in news articles. And that's about it. So she's actually missing from Northland, Missouri, which is near Kansas City. That's the, closest big city. So, it's pretty much, Kansas City, Missouri. It's in that area. She's 35 years old. So, and, they do have children. This is just, once again, family. Wow.
Okay.
So, that's pretty much all I have for Renee. You want to read the news articles, please visit the forum. And if you have some further information, please post it.
Okay, so that covers our cases for tonight. Deborah, do you want to talk about Aji? Anything new on Aji?
No, there's really not anything new on Aji. He's still missing, and right now, I guess I look at this situation, Nevaeh Buchanan is missing, and we're interested in that case, and we're doing what we can for that, but she's getting all kinds of coverage, which, I'm not trying to take any of that away from her. All the national coverage, all the local coverage, so many people are so into that case. I just wish a small fraction of them would get into Aji's case. I wish the media, once again, I hate to say this, but we have a Pretty Little White Girl, and we have the Jerry Springer type antics going on. So, of course, there you go. What does it take to get coverage for others? They have to be a certain color or come from a really twisted background?
Yes. Yes, point blank, yes. That's the world we live in, I guess.
Well, if anyone wants to learn more about Aji the Seer, please visit findaji.com. The little dude has been missing since January 10th of this year. He's 6 years old, developmentally disabled, functions at about age 2. He's missing from Immokalee, Florida, which is a farm workers village. This case, Gail St. John has been down there, actually, in Florida, looking for him. She did that in the end of April. And there was great support as far as her going down there, for the search. Readers, listeners, all pitched in. One of them provided her home and her help for Gail to stay with her, and was out searching with Gail. So thank you also to Galena for doing that. And the news media, of course, covered it then, when a psychic came to town to search for him. If that's what it took to get his name in the media, that's great. That they did print it. However, if Gail hadn't gone down there, they wouldn't have. The important thing is his photo and his information got out there, and people found out that he was still missing. So, please help find Aji. Make people aware that he's still missing. Share his photo and information with other people. Watch the YouTube and share the link to that. Brian made that great YouTube, and it's got some factual information on there about the bias in the media. When Brian compared it to Haley Cummings' case, and how she was getting so much attention in the media, and Aji was getting none. But please share this information and see if we can get some, get Aji back home to his family, no matter what the outcome would be. But, no matter where little Aji is, You know, if someone sees him, they're not even going to know that he's missing, because, you know, there's no coverage for him. There's no coverage for a lot of them. But, you know, Aji really needs this, and he can't tell anyone he's missing either, because he only speaks a few words. So please help do what you can, and that's all I have to say.
All right, thanks, Deborah. Well said. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, -5 GMT. Good night.